Hello guys and welcome to a brand new video. Today I'm here with Mushoku Tensei Season 2 episode number 7 reaction. Now before I begin, sometimes loud noise might be coming out from the outside. I apologize from that. And construction and stuff are going on just outside my house, just outside. So I cannot do anything about that, unfortunately. It might be a little bit loud now and then. Alright, now that is out of the way. The previous episode, what happened was we get to see Zanoba, whose passion is making like figurines. He cannot do it because he cannot use magic to do it, conventional way, normal making statues. He cannot do it. He cannot do it because of his strength. So they decide to go to buy a slave and go to the market to get a slave so that that person can do it for him. And they reach the market, and like they preferred kind of like someone who was new to all of this, who's, I think, like they kind of explained that they're the person should be young because their magic, I forgot that part. Like they said something about the magic developing or something like that. Like it shouldn't be like already developed magic, but which is developing, that kind of thing, something like that, I think, so that it'll be easier to teach them or something. And yeah, in the end they get they're able to see a dwarf kid. And we see Rudy here, like seeing that this girl had no life in her eyes, and he asked her that, do you want to live, or you want to let me end it for you here? And if, as Rudy says, like, if you don't want to save yourself, nobody can save you. And in the end she says that, yeah, I want to live. So Rudy takes her, and yeah, in the end they give her a name, Julieta, yeah, Juliet, something like that, Juliet, yeah, Juliet, I think, yeah. And yeah, in the end she becomes Zanoba's assistant. And Rudy teaches her magic, incantationless magic, I think, and stuff like that is happening. And yeah, that's how it ended. So let's see what happens in this episode. This is episode number 7. Let us begin. I'll be putting the subtitles on the timer here. Sync it to whichever is your preference, and let's get started. All right, here's the countdown. 3, 2, 1, go. Okay. What's this? Wait, is this Sylph's room? Damn, that's a nice room. Wow, that's convenient. Hmm. Okay. Shouldn't you get? Yeah. No, wait, what? Oh, since it's no. Rudy's outside, I think. Wouldn't Rudy see her? Rudy usually is out in this time. Oh, Rudy's actually. Oh, she was the person who Rudy saw in the previous episode running in the morning. Oh wow, I didn't expect that. Yeah, that's exactly. Well, there you go. Hmm. Yeah. Hmm. Okay. That's nice. Yeah. Hmm. Yeah, she knows her ways because she usually goes for a run. Hmm. Hmm. Yeah. Well, makes sense. Yeah. Oh my god. Wow. Well, god damn. Hmm. Okay. Yo, for years. Years of twitching. Okay, that was funny. Alright. Wow, so I didn't realize the person that Rudy saw in the previous episode running in the morning and kind of looked at them and kind of smiled, that was her. This reminds me of that scene in season one, or was it, I think, part two of season one, where, like Roxy and Rudy, they were like in the same place, and they were like, both of them like go in the different direction. If they just looked back, they would realize that it reminds me of that. No, art and oh, okay, never mind. I was going to say there. Oh, 1 month. One incantation. Oh, nice. Oh, oh, there you go. What? Okay. Hmm. There you go. Yep. Oh no, what happened? What? Yeah. All right. Okay. Pause. All right. Oh, what happened? Did she break? Did he break it? Oh no, he broke it. Yeah, he broke it. Yep. Yeah, but it's not in like it's in pieces. Oh my god, he's Yo, calm down. Oh no, here we go. Yep. Oh my god. Oh my yo, she's like up time to leave. Oh no. Just runs away. fought a duel. What? She... Oh no. Did they break it? And you lost? How can he lose? He's so strong. I guess. Yo! So they're the one who broke it, I'm guessing? Yeah. Oh, he's pissed at those two. Oh no. Damn. Damn, that's a. Oh my god, what? Okay. Oh, duel time? Yo, Rudy, why are you standing like that? I don't understand. How did he lose against these two? Oh, that's too far. Too far. It is like, let me handle it. No. Oh. Well. Yeah. Kill. You think you have any idea what Rudy went through? Right. Let's see. Oh. Oh. Hey yo, even the fountain stopped. Okay. Oh, he saw it. Oh, nice. Oh, what the? Oh yeah. Oh my god. Um. Come on, Zanova. Oh my god. Well, that's it. It's over. That was embarrassing for them. Yeah. What? 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 Okay. Yeah, kind of. No, obviously, Paul was very strong. So was Eris. Eris fought Ghislaine. Yeah. Oh my god. Yeah, he's like, what? Explain yourself. Stop it. Wow. Nah, he was just testing, yeah, his own situation. They probably have no idea. Yeah, what about this, huh? Explain. Oh, no, 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 too far. Yeah, here's the holy relic. Yeah. Oh God. Why she's crying? She's like, um. Oh wow. So okay, okay, you're throwing her under the bus. All right. What have you to say for your defense? Foot slipped. Oh boy. My faith is new. I wonder what Roxy will have to say when she gets to know what Rudy is doing with. Oh yeah, true, true. Runs in the family. Wasn't she just saying that? What? Douse him in water and yeah, and this is sacred to him. Yeah. Oh my god. Oh no, that was too far. Yeah, it's Rudy we're talking about. Yeah, but let them do it. I don't know. So what happened? Oh my god. Well, yeah. Oh my god. I want to check something. Yeah. Mhm. Okay. Yeah, that's a yeah. Right. Right. So what is it? What the? Wait, what? Oh my god. What happened? Oh, did he just forget and kept them like this from? Oh no. Yeah, they just forgot about them. No, so okay. God damn it. Yeah. Yeah. Right. Whatever. I doubt that's what he's going to say. Wow. Oh, she said linear. Boss. Wow. They're just. Ooh. What? Loony? Okay. What? Wait. Oh my god. Permanent. Wait, what did she write? Yep, that'll be a problem. Oh, I'm so sorry about that. Wow. Yeah, and a little bit of a eye. Yeah. Yeah, they know about her. Yeah, aunt, I'm guessing. Yep, there you go. See? That's fine. It's a little bit of. I doubt that exists. She probably lied or something. Yep, there you go. Yeah, gotta. She kind of intimidated them. Oh no! Hey yo, this is be funny. Roxivit. Exactly. Yeah. What about my figurines? You can. Yeah, you know, fractals. Don't do that. That's rude. Okay, I hope he doesn't do that. Oh, okay. Eyes. Oh, she's actually. What? I thought she isn't allowed to. Oh, she probably won't be able to do it by the end. Yep. She. Yeah. Yeah. She cannot do it because they're in undercover here. Not technically undercover, but still, you know. Bye bye. Well, you probably would have recognized her. I think he probably would have recognized. Like I feel like you can kind of see her face if you kind of focus, you know, underneath the glasses. I don't know. Like I can at least see the her face. Okay, that is it. All right, that was this episode. So this is episode number 7, and here we get to see a little incident that happened with Rudy, Pursena, and Lilia. Okay, so in the beginning we get to see Sylvie gets up and do her like kind of like freshens up, does a little bit of a stretching and everything, like just puts on her hat or cap, whatever you call it. And okay, so first of all, I guess because it's early in the morning, she doesn't really bother to put her like glasses and like dress and everything, because I guess who would even like if someone sees her, they probably wouldn't even be able to recognize her as Fitz, like because as you can see, like, she's like in her normal clothes here. So I guess she probably didn't like. It's like morning time. Who even bothers to do that kind of stuff in the morning? Like that's why for the little run that she goes on, she never bothered. However, the thing is, Rudy is here now. If someday Rudy actually sees her, you know, Rudy immediate. I was going to say Rudy will immediately recognize her, but I doubt that's going to happen. He'll probably be very suspicious. He'll be like, "What the hell? Like this girl looks so much like Sylvie." But like she saw Sylvie when he was young. It's been a long time she hasn't seen her. Also, Sylvie's hair color has changed. A lot of things have changed. So, but he definitely will be very suspicious, and he'll probably realize that Fitz is a woman, like kind of connect the dots by the end of it. That's why I was like, okay, now that Rudy's here, I feel like I should probably be a little bit more careful. But I realized that Sylvie probably doesn't even know that Rudy also does the same thing that she does, goes for a morning run. That's probably why she didn't really, I guess, like pay that much attention and decided to go out like that, you know. But either way, like so, the previous episode we saw someone, in the morning when we see Rudy's daily routine, a white-haired person running, and Rudy kind of looked at her and smiled. You know, that girl was obviously Sylvie. Obviously, Rudy didn't realize that. Rudy thought that, oh, it's just someone like me who wants to like who's going for a morning run. That's why he kind of smiled, but it was her. Okay, and you see, like Sylvie's kind of running, and Sylvie's in her head. She's thinking, I just do it on my own. Nobody told me to do this. But I feel like Rudy would do the kind of a similar thing if he was here. No, Rudy would do the similar thing if like I think about it. That's why she kind of does that as well. And it's funny when she was thinking about that, Rudy just went behind her, on a different direction. And then in the morning, she learns, from the teachers. Ariel Sama kind of asks her a few questions now and then. For Fitz, it's very easy because she learned all of this from Rudy, and she helps Ariel with all of that stuff, and kind of. And then like they were like going through like an alleyway or whatever towards some place, and here we get to see Luke kind of talk about like a few things, talk about how Shari was built like a maze because of location was so vulnerable to invasion, stuff like that. I was like, damn, you know a lot of things about this, like you're paying attention to your lessons. And he's like, oh no, I just asked, like one of the girls I went there with. I was like, I hope you don't get stabbed. And he talks about can't help it. I'm from the Notus, like Notus family, so all of the people from my family are like this. And Sylph kind of thinks about Rudy, and at night she's thinking, what do I want to be with Rudy, and kind of gets embarrassed after thinking about it. And yeah, that was a little peek into Sylphie's life, everyday life. I like how the previous episode we took a peek at Rudy's everyday life. Today's episode, at the beginning, we get a peek at Sylphie's everyday life. Right. So after that, we get into the main section of the episode. Here we get to see that Rudy, Zanova, they're like teaching Julie. They shortened her name, obviously Julie, to learn incantation as magic. And and Rudy kind of says that at first he thought that Zanova will just be like like kind of treat Julie like a normal, like like someone like who just works for him. But little by little he realized that Zanova's also kind of like like thinking of her as a little sister. So like stuff like that. So she's not a slave anymore, kind of. She's just one of their apprentices. And Rudy has also not put I think he said something about like a slave crest or whatever that people put on their slaves so that they don't run away, that thing. They also haven't put that on her because she doesn't need it. As he said, I look at her as a little sister, an apprentice. um so here Zanoba didn't think that she would learn incantation versus magic this quick, but she was able to do it. In 1 month she was able to learn it. And exactly, this is what Rudy was talking about. When you start from a young age, incantation as magic will be very easy to grasp, and that is why he was looking for someone who was very young, who don't know anything about magic, that type of person. And there you go, it worked. Similar thing happened with Sylphie as well. She learned from a very young age. Rudy also, when he was a kid, he started learning about magic and incantation as magic. He was able to do. So as they started early, they were able to grasp it so quickly, and there you go, it's proven now. And she's also teaching her like human language as well, and stuff like that. And yeah, and then one day we get to see something happens. Like this was the beginning of the chain of events that would follow. So Zanawa was, as always, talking about his master's exploits, like how good, how amazing Rudy is. And he's like, all right, let me show you one of my collection. And he shows like, Regent's figurine. And he's like, look at this, like, oh, like such craftsmanship, as expected of my master. And Rudy's like, oh, what about that Roxy, figurine I gave you? And he starts sweating. Obviously, his Rudy's like, something is wrong. So he's like, where is it? And obviously Zanoba he has to show it to Rudy. He opens it and shows it, and the Roxy figurine is in pieces. Like Rudy's pissed off. Obviously, Zanoba's scared. I love how Julie immediately runs off and goes and stands behind Zanoba's back, and then realizes that position is very unsafe because Rudy is actually angry at Zanoba, and she starts cowering in fear and starts crying. Oh god, that was funny. But alright, so Rudy's like, alright, tell me, what happened? How did this happen? Because obviously Rudy knows like Zanoba wouldn't be that careless, or like would be someone who's going to break something this special. Because you see how he's crazy about figurines. In no way can he make a mistake like this. So what happened? So Zanoba tells like a duel. So now here's one thing I don't I guess because like I was going to say he has super strength. How could he lose? But then I realized we saw how Pursana and Lilia fought. Their speed is, I guess, like like they were able to catch him off guard, and he wasn't even able to use his super strength before he was completely just defeated by Pursana and Lilia because of their super speed or whatever, something like that. I'm guessing because we saw how fast they were. Like, however strong Zanoba might be, if he cannot land a hit, in no way can he win. So I guess that's how he lost, probably. But he's like, oh, I fought a duel and I lost. So Pursan and Lilia are the main culprits, and he's like crying, his snot is coming out of his nose, and he's like I tried my best, and they broke it. Like they took my like they wagered a precious thing for each of them, and yeah, there you go. Okay, so he's like, all right, Zanobat, like Rudy's like, you don't have to worry about it. You're not the one at fault here. And he's like, oh, Master, thank you. And when he looks at Rudy, he realizes Rudy's pissed. And Rudy's like, yeah, you know what? Let's go. Let's go and talk to them. Like I want to teach them a lesson. And I love how he makes a comparison of someone breaking your PC with a bat. That's exactly how it feels. And I understand, obviously, because like I feel like for most people I feel like majority of the people nowadays, yeah, like if someone breaks your PC, oh boy, that is a sin that you should never commit. Or do something to your phone, like these two things. So yeah, it makes sense. I understand. So yeah, next day or whatever, I think it was the next day. They're waiting for Lily and Pursana, and they were on their way, and they're like, what the hell are you guys doing? And obviously these two, we've seen them, these two are extremely cocky, and they just like they think like they're like some kind of a like I don't know, like some kind of a very big deal. They think of themselves, and previously they were able to defeat Zanova, so their confidence was at the highest level, and so high that they were kind of extremely cocky, and like they kind of stopped them. And I love how Rudy's like, all right, like let's talk properly, and he's like, he also kind of like insults them kind of like in a roundabout way. He's like, ah, yeah, you know what, they won't be able to do anything if they don't form a back, so yeah. And obviously they get pissed off, Lilia and Pursena, and Lilia starts kind of bad mouthing him, and he's like, ah, like like you want to die, like you think you're tough. And I'm like, like, yeah, you know what, like these girls have no idea what they're talking about. Rudy like faced off against, what's his name Orsted, isn't it? That guy, like that was what Rudy faced. Like who are these two, like like girls, what can they do? Like Rudy was like, at least like he was able to like fight back against Orsted, even though like even what's her name, Eris kind of like fell down and wasn't able to do because of the sheer bloodlust that he was like giving out. So Rudy's like, all right, you know what, he's like, nya 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 nya, can't even speak properly, like, and oh, that was like, that kind of pissed Lilia off, and Lilia's like, I'm going to show you, come on, let's fight, and she goes off. The thing that Rudy does is ask Zanoba to take care of Pursena. Pursena was going to like casting some kind of a spell or whatever, I don't know what she was doing, but I think Rudy shot like she was going to do something. I don't know what that she was doing, but Pursena kind of put her hand on top of her mouth. She was probably going to do something. Rudy sees Lilia going on the side. He's using his foresight eye, sees what she's going to do. Orders Zanoba to get Pursena and shoots the thing. I don't know what that was, like a smoke powder bomb, whatever. And then obviously like he can see the future a little bit, so he easily parries Lilia and hits him in the head, like her in the head like this, and starts stomping on her. Pursena was trying to do something, but then Rudy again made the whole thing mud, and she fell flat on her face. Both of them defeated immediately, and I love how they put them in body bags. I'm like, what the hell is this? Put them in a sack. Put them in a sack, and like they're like, okay, so let's like take them. So they take them to the room and like kind of tie them. And the first thing that Rudy does is he checks, as he says, experiment. Good God, this guy, like the things that he does. But yeah, but unfortunately, like like nothing happens. So he's like, alright, whatever, like nothing's working. So then he's like, alright, so let's talk to them about this whole situation. So they open Pursena's mouth. I love how they don't open Lily's mouth. No, what was her name? Lily or Lilia? Linia. Okay, Linia, I think. Yeah. I just forgot her name immediately. Okay. Because, they knew that she was the one who was going to scream or shout the most. So they kept the thing on her face. But anyways, he's like, alright, so I have a question to ask you guys. Brings the statue, the figurine, and he's like, what's this about? Explain yourself. And I love how the first thing they're like, oh, that's the ugly like figurine, and Rudy's like, what did you say? And he starts explaining about his religion, the Roxyite religion or whatever he calls it, and how it's a very small religion, but like it's going to be big someday, stuff like that, and how they like how they disrespected it. How dare they? And he even brings out his holy relic in front of them and shows it to them. And I love how Zanova and Julia just blinded by the sheer magnificence of it, or whatever they were. They were either completely weirded out, or they were completely amazed by the sheer magnificence of the holy relic. But either way, now these two, Pursen and Lilia, start blaming each other. First, Pursen is like, oh, she was the one who stomped it. And I love how they put, like, kind of open Lilia's mouth so that she can speak, defend herself. And Lilia's like, oh, you, like, kind of threw it down. And she's like, yeah, but you're the one who stomped it. And they start squabbling with each other, obviously, and start trying to put each other under the bus. Oh my god. Right, so Rudy's like, alright, so you know what? You did something wrong, so you should be punished. And right, so Rudy says that we haven't established penalties in cases like this because this religion is still small. Lilia's like, oh, like my dad and my grandpa will come, and he's like, oh, curious. Well, he kind of did the same thing, like so to me. So yeah, should we do the same thing to you? Like he thought that I was doing something to the sacred beast. So doused me in water, like strip me naked, put me in a cage. Should we do the same thing to you as well? Like because like tit for tat. They did it so. And that's when they started panicking. And person is like, yeah, do whatever you want to Lilia, but please don't hurt me. And Lilia's like, yeah, do anything you want to. And she's like, wait, what? What are you saying? Oh god, this whole part was very funny. Obviously, each trying to put in each of them under the bus, and Linia's too stupid to realize what Pursana is saying at the beginning, and then realizes what she's saying, and she's like, "What the hell did you say?" Okay, so Rudy's like, "What should we do?" He has no idea, because like he said, he doesn't know what type of punishment he should give them, and he's like, "Alright, try to fix this thing." And everyone starts chanting Roxy's name, and here Zanova's like, oh, I feel like she says something like, Master won't be able to fix this thing, but Rudy's like, oh no, in his head, he's like, I think I will be able to fix it. Yeah. So he's like, so what should I do? Like, I can't fix this, so I don't think I need to ask them to fix it. So, but they also do need a little bit of punishment, otherwise they're just going to keep doing the same thing, So what should we do? So he doesn't know what to do. So okay, so he's kind of left them like that throughout the night without feeding them, without letting them go to the toilet, and just left them. And in the morning, we saw what. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah. Anyways, next day he asks Sylphie. He's like, "Oh, what should I do?" And at first Sylphie's like, wait, you locked them up? And he's like, oh, I didn't do anything, you're kind of imagining. Oh yeah, I did kind of touch her chest though. And he explains how it's for some, for an experiment. It's not because he wanted to. Sylphie's like, alright, fine. That makes sense. Sylphie's like, yeah, okay, fine. So now the big question, what should we do? Because yeah, they did something wrong. They have to at least pay. But can we really say that they did something wrong? They made a bet, and if you know what, I feel like the one who should be blamed here should be Zanoba. He made the bet, didn't he? The bet was that if you lose, the other person's precious things goes to the other person. So he knew the risks and he made the bet. So now that they got Roxy's figurine, they broke it. It was with them. So I don't think. Yeah, you know what? Now that I'm thinking about it, I feel like the person who was at fault here is Zanova. Why the hell did he even wager that in the first place? And then he lost. Yeah. Alright, I feel like Zanova needed a punishment here. What the hell? They just made a bet and they won. It's fair and simple. Equivalent exchange. I don't know, whatever, something like that. So yeah, but I guess Rudy was more pissed off at the fact that they actually broke the figurine. That was what he was pissed off. But again, like I said, they were the one who got it, so it was their property, so they could easily break it or do whatever the hell they want with it. The one in fault here, I feel like, at the end of the day, is Zanoba, who made the bet with them. So I don't know. Like, anyways, but whatever. Like obviously Rudy's pissed off at these two, so he's like, yeah. And so he's like, so what should we do, Fitz? And Fitz is like, alright, I have an idea. So what they do is they they go to the room, and here we can see that they haven't eaten, they've pissed themselves, and and I'm like, God damn it, just at least like, okay, like even if you're confining them, just give them like the basic necessities. I guess this is probably the first time he, obviously, like, must be the first time he confined someone. So I guess Rudy didn't have any idea what they should do at that point. So they just kept them like that. So yeah, but either way, like they're all like completely like hungry, starving, and everything. And yeah, so they kind of like help them like get out of that mess, give them their clothes, dries them, washes them. And Rudy's like, alright, so you'll have to go through a punishment. Oh my god, like I think Lilia's like, I'll do what you say, but nothing that would make babies. Oh my god. And she's like, dating and marriage have to come first. And Pusan's like, that's right. You can touch Linia's boobs now and then. And Lilia's like, yeah, you can do. She's like, wait, what? What did you say? Oh boy. Anyways, Rudy's like, stop you two. Like, like like none of that. And right, so they're like, can we leave? Like, I'm hungry. And so Rudy's like, all right, Fitz, like, go ahead. And Fitz was going to say something to them. And she's like, oh, it's nothing, none of your business. Pusan's like, yeah, Noonie. Okay, so is that like her way of speaking? Like, what does Noonie mean? Probably the way her speaks, like how she adds nano at the end. Kind of like that, I guess. And Fitz kind of gets a little bit dejected here. It was like, how dare you? Like, like, what? Like, have you any idea which position you are in? Sit down. And they just sit down immediately. And he's like, all right, Fitz, go ahead. And Fitz is like, all right, so here we go. Here's what we're going to do. Marks their face. And she's like, a certain tribe used to paint to mark their bodies. And right incantation will make it permanent. Obviously, this was a lie, as she says in the end. So they made like to put the eyebrows, the face, and something they wrote in beside their cheek, And then they're like, we won't forget this. And Fitz is like, yeah, all right, then should I make it permanent? And they're like, oh no, I'm sorry, forgive us, we won't do it again. And yeah, and then she's like, all right, your punishment, go like this for the rest of the day tomorrow, and then I'll remove it. So yeah, a fair enough punishment, like public humiliation, I guess. Yeah, so that'll work. And they are like people who are extremely prideful, so I guess it'll work even more against them. So right, so next, what we see is like Linia and Purusana asks Rudy, like, how were you able to do it? How were you able to see my movements? Like, kind of predict it. Now, obviously, he talks about Ghislaine here, but I feel like he obviously had another reason for being able to know what they're going to do. Is because of his eyes. Obviously, he cannot talk about the eyes to them, so he just said like, oh, because of Ghislaine. Ghislaine helped me and taught me. So now he realizes, he's like, wait a minute, Geese is her father, and Ghislaine was Geese's sister, so that would make her Ghislaine's niece, and Ghislaine her aunt. So and after that, Lina's like, all right, you know what? Fair enough. I guess, like, since Ghislaine taught you, that's why you're so strong. And then they're like, all right, goodbye. I can see you later, whatever, and just leaves. So okay, here's one thing. Where's that part? So Rudy says, I don't understand this part. So wait a minute, where's that part? Sorry, Rudy, I got carried away. Don't be. But you mentioned a special incantation. Won't they be in trouble if anyone else knows? Oh, I didn't realize what he was talking about here. I just realized what he meant here. He's saying like if someone else knew the incantation, they could make it permanent. You know, if they do the incantation. Yeah, okay, that's what he was saying. At first, I didn't understand what he was trying to say here, but all right. And what's her name? Fitz is like, oh no, it was a lie, and I also kind of predicted that it was a lie because she just wanted to kind of scare them off a little bit. And yeah, so this part was funny where Fitz is like, what is that? You know, that little portable shrine? And Rudy's like, oh, that's my religion, a holy relic of faith. So she's like, wait, you're not a follower of Millis? And she goes and tries to touch it. And Rudy's like, oh no, stop. And Rudy's like, you know what? Yeah, Fitz Senpai is probably will faint if she sees what's inside. And I'm pretty sure she would because yeah, you know. Okay, so Rudy's like, stop it, you know, like no, like I'm not comfortable showing it. It's sacred, so. And then he's like, you can like like look at anything else in my room, like not this. And yeah, Sylph is very happy. Sylph is like, all right, let me look at everything, and she starts like kind of getting a little tour of his room, like kind of sees, like looks at everything, asks them about him about it, and in the end asks like about a pillow, like lays down, and Rudy kind of looks at Fitz, and Rudy's thinking that should I take off the glasses? What would happen? And Fitz kind of like predicts what he's thinking, and she's like, "You want me to take it off? Want to see my face?" Rudy's like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay, like I like this is just something that I assumed. I just assumed that she wasn't allowed to show her face. Otherwise, what's the point of her hiding her face? You know, in a place like this, nobody knows Sylph. So why is she hiding her face? It must be Ariel Sama's orders. Don't know exactly why, but it definitely must be her orders. So that's why she cannot like show her face to Rudy and tell her identity, even though she wants to. So that's what I thought. So I was like, wait, is it that can she just show her face to him? But then, as we see in the end, Fitz kind of backs off. She's like, just kidding, you. Yeah, sorry about it. And yeah, in her head, she kind of thinks that I'm not allowed to, like Princess Ariel forbade me. Like, here's the thing, I actually don't understand why Ariel forbade her from showing her face. Oh, is it because of no? But I think they kind of explained this. I just forgot. I think they explained this in episode 0, why she wasn't allowed to show her face. I think I just forgot about it. Let me know if they explained it. But either way, yeah. So Fitz is not able to show her face, and in the end, he says like, "I'm forbidden to show my face to anyone," and Rudy's like, "All right, like I won't force you. It's fine." And they bid goodbye to each other. And Rudy's like thinking, what would happen if I saw her face? He's like, oh, I feel like something, like very bad would have happened. So I'm glad that I didn't do it. And in the end, outside we see Sylph just waiting. Yeah. And kind of probably thinking about the same thing that Rudy was thinking. What would have happened if I showed my face? How would things have changed? And that's where it ended. So there you go. An episode of some normal, random, stupid stuff. These two were crazy, these two girls. Oh my god. But anyways, I love the fact that these two, at first they were like so scared, and in the end of it, they were like, goodbye, see you later, I'm sorry about it, and just leaves. They're like so, I guess you could say, what's that word? Adapt, they adapt to the situation so quickly. Like they were like terrified a few moments ago, and then in the end, when Rudy like kind of unties them, they're like, "Oh, we're hungry. We need to go," like and stuff like that. And then they were by the end of it, they were all chill. They were like, it's fine," like that, and just left. So yeah, all's well that ends well. And I guess Rudy, as Rudy said, that I don't want to make enemies of them. So what can I do to make them regret their actions, but at the same time, don't make enemies of them? So yeah, this was a fair enough, like punishment. And that's where it ended. So yeah, that was episode 7 of Mushoku Tensei season 2. If you guys enjoyed this video, be sure to press the like button and subscribe if you're new to the channel or you haven't subscribed. Comment down below anything you want to say, anything you want to let me know. I'll check them out. That is it. Thank you for watching. I will see you guys next week with another episode of Mushoku Tensei. Until then, goodbye and have a nice day.